All right, guys. Good morning. My live was actually lagging, so I'm about 20 seconds delayed. Anyways, so yesterday we had Netflix earnings. What fun was that, right? People that are holding puts, if anybody bought, I'm not in no Netflix position, but Yash, congrats on your credit spreads. You get to keep all the money that you sold, and if anybody bought puts, congrats, right? And but Netflix, man, I mean, just before earnings, there wasn't really much action, and the market pretty much gave the move away. I think that earnings were not going to be nothing great given the market action yesterday, right? In that kind of a market, for a stock to go up on earnings, I mean, it's hard. The only way to go up in that kind of market, the way we had yesterday near the closing, if Netflix was to say like, we're going to increase our subscriber growth by maybe 30, 40%, right? But one comment in the past, I've seen something with Netflix when it moves on earnings, more than the earnings EPS or the revenue is more about the subscriber. What is your subscriber growth going to be high or low? And their comments, they're expecting less subscriber growth, and that was it to bring the stock down enough. So we'll go over the Netflix chart. But today I just want to go over quickly over SPX and the spot gamma report. I hope you guys read the spot gamma report. If you haven't, then you'll be behind here, right? Don't expect me to be like I'm gonna go over it, but then you're missing your homework, right? I mean, there's only 20 minutes left till the market open, half an hour. So right now we do have resistance at 4,500 and 4,550. And I just want to see something very quickly. Yep, 4,500 and 4,550 is our resistance points on SPX, and we got support at 4,450 and 4,379. All right. Based on the gamma report, we do have volatility that we're expecting 1.76%. So it's going to be another volatile day based on the gamma report. All right. What I'm expecting, basically what I think might happen today, right? And if you read some comments from the gamma report, if you guys read the gamma report comments, 4,500 is the major gamma strike, but a lot of strikes have a lot of put open interest. All right, so there's more than actually one strike, but 4,500 is the one that's standing out, but it's more than one. And you know what? It actually makes sense for 4,500 because SPX right near closing yesterday was at 44.82. I'm just gonna go over something. I'm just gonna quickly draw something here, and then you guys can see at the end of the day if I was right based on the gamma report. I'm just gonna draw one candle here, which I think might happen. So save this, right? Something like this might happen. A candle like this, a nice little hammer doji kind of candle that might happen. A long wick to the downside. Tag the 200 SMA on the SPX, and then boom, right back up towards 4,500. At some point, there will be a rally in the market. Does it happen in the morning? Does it happen in the last 1 hour, which we call a banner rally? When does it happen? I don't know when it's going to take place. But one thing I can tell you right now, if you're holding puts from yesterday in our Discord, if you held any puts overnight, wise words are any smart person will sell them right at the open. In case if stocks bounce back up, right? Sometimes in these bear market, we have these bounces that last. Those puts are going to lose a lot of value in the first 10-15 minutes, and you'll be looking at what happened here. Amazon puts, if you took them from 10 to 70 or 10 to 80 at the open, your intrinsic value, put the order in, get rid of them. I highly recommend. Maybe Amazon drops another 200 points, I don't know. But for today, if you have puts expiring which are up 500, 700,000%, I highly recommend that you sell them at the open, lock in your gains, and let the market give you another setup for the later on in the day. All right, so that's one tip I can give you. And put flows have been rolled out basically for the Fed for next week, right? It is very unlikely that we'll have a multi-session rally, right? So right now, basically what we're expecting, we're going to tag this 40 SMA and then a 200 moving day average, and then we're probably going to have a rally towards the upside. Another thing, Tesla has a lot of open interest at the $1,000 strike. All right, Amazon 3,000. You can open up all the stocks on your charts and can see the highest open interest. Those are the prices that are likely to be pinned today as of now, unless more or less volume comes in later on. All right, and so support. That's all for the SPX guys. That's all I can say. And one comment that was made in the spot gamma, when we have the Fed next week, we can probably expect some sort of a rally into Fed. All right, we might just stay around here near 4,500, up, down a little bit, whatever happens, and then towards the FOMC, we see what happens. And after the Fed, if the comments don't change, we might have some upside in the stocks. All right. Who knows? Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. Who knows? They might give us some strong earnings, which takes tech right back up. All right. So right now, day-to-day trading, we nailed it yesterday. We're going to be live on voice chat again all day today. Just pay attention, see what we have, and we'll play accordingly. All right. H. Kemani, if you're listening, you asked me about VIX yesterday. Why 2250? I'm quickly gonna go over this. So I have the SPX 5-minute here on the left. I got the VIX 5-minute on the left right here. So roughly at 2 o'clock. Kemani, I hope you're watching this because this was your question. You asked me why 2250 on VIX, right? Now, if you compare this with SPX on the timing, if you compare this with SPX for the, oh man. If you go on the 5-minute on SPX, you can see, right, roughly around 120 until 2 o'clock, 120 until 2 o'clock, which is roughly happens to be right here, and I'll just remove all my triangles, I'll draw them again, which happens to be roughly right here on SPX. You know, they were holding on to the 45.75 level. Now, 45.75, where do I get that level from? A gamma report, right? 45.75 was acting as support and resistance at the same time, around the same time. They poked it above once, but I always say wait until it holds, right? I don't fall for any pokes up or below. They were not able to hold, and then right at 210, it puked. It took out all the resistance for the last 2 hours, and that accelerated VIX above 2250. That held. This is basically where the panic was going to kick in if any selling was to occur. In the morning, gamma report gave us that 4600 was going to be tough, right? They rejected it right there, and then here exactly, as soon as VIX hit 2250, you know, fear kicks in, panic, whatever you want to call it, and then boom, the selling triggers, and that's exactly what we saw that happen. And this, we kept waiting on voice chat. The comments were made in premium chat. I kept saying just wait until VIX gets to 2250, because that's exactly when accelerated selling was going to take place, and that's exactly what happened, right? So that was the reason for 2250. If it was not able to hold this, then we would have kept holding the support on SPX, and it probably just would have chopped it or consolidated, right? And when VIX breaks out of a certain level and VIX goes up, what happens to the puts? Puts shoot up by a lot, right? They actually go higher than what you would calculate on the Greeks. They actually go much higher when VIX rises, right? And that's why the puts, you said the puts all of a sudden moved so much. This was the reason of this spike. It held, and then the puts right away shot up as the VIX shot up, right? And of course, we have some crazy selling in across the board. Today, I can only just say one thing. Like I said, at the open, I would personally sell my puts if I'm holding, and then I'll wait later on in the day to hold, because if they bounce the market in the morning, your puts will lose a lot of value, right? So today they can bounce the market in the morning. There could be put covering that may take place, right, which takes the prices higher across the board, right? If the market covers the puts, and then later on we might sell, or we might sell off. There might be panic in the morning. Well, I think what's going to happen is we're going to tag the 200 MA on SPX. There's slow selling or instant selling, I don't know, and then we're going to rally back towards these prices. I believe around 4480, 4500 will be the closing SPX today. But let's see again, if any news comes out, then all the comments from the gamma are avoided, then the news take over, obviously. All right, it's going to be another volatile day. Puts, lock in your profits, read the gamma report, everything is in there. All right, after the Fed, if Fed does not change their comments, we're likely to go up in the market, and then let's see how that happens. Other than that, guys, that's it for me. Keeping it very short and simple, nothing complicated. Everything is in the spot gamma report. Just please read it, and I'll see you guys back in the chat. We'll be live on voice chat.